my favorite things that has ever happened in studio is the Stanley Cup came to the studio one day. This was during the playoffs, and it was PK Subban and Mark Messier. Now, PK has not won a cup. Messier has won six. So obviously, the superstition is if you have not won the Stanley Cup, you don't touch the Stanley Cup. Mm-hmm. I don't particularly care. I'm never going to win one. So I'm out there. I'm hugging it. I'm like looking. I'm trying to hold it above my head. And they're like, you can't do that. Messier does whatever he wants because he's Mark Messier. He's royalty, right? So he's like picking up the cup and he's telling us how to properly hold it and all this stuff. But there was one point where he had it in his hands and PK is like shying away from it. He doesn't want to be near it. He doesn't want to touch it. Like the superstition is strong with him. Mess picks up on this and he turns to him and goes, hey, PK, why don't you touch the cup? PK is like, no, I'm not touching. No way, not a chance. He's like, oh, yeah? And Mess starts walking towards him with the Stanley Cup. And PK starts backing up. And I'm in my head, I'm watching this and I'm like, I know where this is going. This is going to like devolve really fast. And so Mess starts picking up steam, and eventually he's basically like Keystone Cops. He's running around the studio with the Stanley Cup, basically like this, holding the Stanley Cup, like you're gonna touch this cup. And there's a staircase that goes to a second floor, like a bird's eye view perch, almost like a studio above the main studio. PK goes up the stairs and Mess is like, oh, yeah? And he starts going up the stairs with the Stanley Cup. And that's when the producer in his ear is like, don't go up the stairs. You're going to drop the Stanley Cup. Like, this is a calamity. Like, do not do that. So Mess starts laughing and turns around. And I'm like, can you imagine? Like, what a hilarious scene. Like, one Stanley Cup winner chasing around another NHL player. Like, touch this cup. Come on. Just once.
Everybody in the world has a freaking cell phone on them. How is there not any video evidence of this?
I know.
Oh, I'll find it for you. I'll find it for you, Jimmy. Don't worry. You'll get a random text like a few days from now where it's like, hey, look at this.